Hello, everybody. Hello. Where am I? Yeah, I'm here, everybody. It's me, it's Andy, Decayed Andy here. Pre-moon pooping 2, as we do. You know the drill. I know the drill. Everybody knows the drill. Let's get the music prepped. Music is preparedo. Excellent. We have stories. Where are they? I've got them there. Where are they for the screen? Not that one. Not that one. Yeah, there it is. Website. There it is. Hey, look at that. We got everything set up. Who knew? Who knew I could do such a wonderful thing? Amazing Andy does amazing things, as per usual, of course. It's Sunday. We got Moonbase 2 today. We're going to be starting that up in a moment. Hope everybody who's joining, who's sliding into my DMs, lads. I hope you're all doing well today. I'll be saying this again, once we get the ball rolling, but I always like to greet you with a welcome, a tip of the hat, as they say, a little curtsy, as I billow my skirt out to the sides and bend low and give my loveliest curtsy to the Wizard of Oz. It's not a lot to go through, but you'll see when we get to it. There's how many stories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10. So like I say, it's pretty lax, pretty easy, but I thought, hey, we better just tidy up the last 2 weeks of news. I've got, I think, 3 things to talk. Well, 4 things. 4 things to talk. 5 things. 5 things. 6 things. 6 things? Yeah, maybe 6 things to talk about. Yeah, maybe a bit more. Yeah, we can fluff it out. I can waffle. I can find something to talk about. It's okay. All right, let's get the poop rolling down the hill, as I say, and scoop it up in a spoon and smear it on our faces. It's a roundabout way of saying, let's get the poopcast started, shall we? Okay. So, roll the music.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy. I am alone today, as I am in life. We're here to talk about Transformers, because that's what we do every week on a Sunday day. Big times on a Sunday day. Little news to talk about, but we're going to try and make it fun, have a good old time. I imagine news is just going to be pretty lax until PulseCon, the big Hasbro convention, which is, what's it, next month? It's August this month, September next. Yeah, next month. Some point mid or end of next month. I guess that's when the big, quote unquote, the big show of the big poopcast will be, when we get all the, I guess, new reveals, which will probably be things we already know about. We might even get most of that stuff leading up to the convention, because that's happened before in the past, where it's like, hey, PulseCon's just right around the corner. How about we drop all of our reveals before the convention? It's happened before. It'll probably happen again, because that's just how it goes, I suppose, in the world of reveals. I imagine that would be super irritating if you are in the marketing department for Hasbro. And you're like, okay, we got PulseCon all set up. Oh, here we go, lads. And then they shit the pants, and all the news gets released like a week beforehand, and you go, oh, well, I'm going to get fired, I suppose. I see Big D in chat. Hey, Big D, how's it going, Goobly Boobles? Are you doing well today? Hope you are. I have the things that you sent me this week to talk. Well, this week? Last week? Well, whatever fucking week it was. I have those things to talk about at the end of the show, for what I was up to this week. Not bad. You're not bad. Me? Yeah. Not great. Work's been more irritating than usual, let's say, for the past 2 weeks. But, yeah. You do what you gotta do. And Excel Hedge is here too. Welcome, Excel Hedge. Well, what's up? Man, that reminds me of Scary Movie 1 and Budweiser saying what's up. That's something that kids wouldn't get today, right? They wouldn't understand the... You know what was better than what's up? The Buzzweiser frogs. They were pretty cool. I think I had a screensaver with the Budweiser frogs back in the day for like Windows. Was it like Windows 98 I had it for? Probably. Probably. Hey, welcome, Orange. Hello. Okay, first story. The first story of today. We've got nonsense. Hey, it's Mr. White as well. Welcome, Mr. White. Everybody's here. Oh my God. It only says there's one person on Twitch, but it's lying. Good old OBS telling me what the numbers are, the accurate numbers. Big D also says, I hope you realize that because of looking for those bits for you, I've been building Blood Angels or Ambles all week. That's not a bad thing. To be fair, Big D, you've got a big box to pre-order as of today, right? Got the new Blood Angels box, or at least the Death Company box, like preview stuff with Gary the Butcher or Clive the man with the axe, whatever that guy is called. I can't remember off. Astaroth, Azatoth, Asmodean. It's something with an A. It's something really over the top and fruity because, you know, it's Blood Angels. So you've got that. Oh, you actually are. Oh, I'm sorry, Big T. Oh, no. Oh, I tell you what I did remember, which I forgot to ask you to put in that box. I forgot to ask you to put in the decals, because that's something I need. I need Blood Angel decals, and I wondered if you had those. It doesn't matter as what era. Blood Angel decals are what I need, because my scouts require them, and the scouts that you got me will require them, and also will the troops. But we're not talking about Warhammer just yet. We'll save that for the end of the show. We'll slide on to that later. We have the more important thing to talk about, which is, of course, what we have on screen. We have the Monogram Transformer 40th Anniversary 3D foam bag clip images. That's a mouthful and a half right there. So, yeah, these were, I guess, shown reasonably recently. They are in blind bag releases. Previously, they've been blind bags for the Transformers Evergreen line, which I don't know why they keep the Evergreen stuff around. The Evergreen thing just seems like they only tout it out for the trashy tat. The cheapo chip stuff, like Evergreen doesn't feel like anything. It feels like the tat that they give to the cheapo supermarkets, like if Kmart was still around for the Americans, like they would give it to B&M kind of stuff. That's what it reminds me of. Apparently there was Rise of the Beasts foam bag clips and other products. Now they reveal these specifically, which are toy designed Transformer bag clips. So if you wonder why things are weirdly colored or look bizarre, it's because they're based off the toys. So we have 11 characters. I don't think we've got all 11 on screen, but trust me. So there's an Optimus Prime, because of course there is. There's a Bumblebee, because of course there is. There's a Hot Rod. Oh. I mean, it's not a huge swerve, but oh. The Swerve. That's a bit more of a swerve, if you would. Blaster. Megatron, because of course. Astro Train. Soundwave. Starscream. Devastator. And Laserbeak. Here's a question. Would you prefer Laserbeak, who's probably one of the most useful Decepticons for Megatron? He never seems to fail. Or would you like Ravage? You know, the goodest kitty or dog, depending on how you define animals, because I see some, you know, it could be like the people who play like the Souls games when they see a turtle and they put a message next to the turtle and it says dog. You know, who knows? So these were shown at, I guess, San Diego SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con. Let's get it on screen. Oh, they've also got Dragon Meshy. Look at that, Dragon Meshy stuff up here. Or Delicious in Dungeon, if you would. So you got the Red Dragon, you got the main character, you got the lady that gets eaten in the first episode by the dragon, you got Senshi, you got the little mushroom man, you got the Hobbit dude, and then I guess these are just dishes that they make during the show. But Baton Row, Starscream, all that jazz. Let's have a look at the other. Okay, so there's Laserbeak actually looks quite good. He has a giant turkey face. Swerve, not a fan, because his face is just red. Everything just kind of devolves into there. Got a Bumblebee. Bumblebee looking funny, fucking sinister, because they've given him the red eyes, so that's nice. Astro Train. I wouldn't say this is toy version of Astro Train, oddly enough, because he's grey, and toy version of Astro Train was white. He was super white. He also didn't have a blue chest. That was white. Everything was white. His like boob wing. That was what was the sticker color for his boob wing? It was like purple and yellow and red, I think. So this is probably the most inaccurate, I suppose. And then you got a pair of shoes behind that. Oh, they've also got a golem up here from Delicious in Dungeon, and a mandrake from Delicious in Dungeon. Is this a cockatrice? I don't know who this fucking pink lady person is. That's probably something else. I mean, these ones might not be Delicious in Dungeon, but they might be. Close up Prime. Oh, wow, that's a big seam line. I can see that right there on his goon. That's fine. The detailing is quite nice, you know. I don't know whether this is... From looking at it, I assume this is raised decals rather than just like it's just painted or I was gonna say stuck on, but you know what I mean. It's not stuck on. It's tampographed on. I'm not sure. I assume it's raised detail though and then painted on. We have the 2D images makes it look way worse. Also worth mentioning, Toy Starscream didn't have a gray face. Toy Starscream had a completely black face. Actually, no, not entirely black. His face was black, and then his little ears on the side were grey, just because of how the nose cone works. So, inaccuracy, actually. Actually, like, the Megatron shows that his chest, what I thought was, like, sun damage, like yellowed sun damage, isn't actually the case. It's meant to be that way. I don't know why. You can kind of see... Actually, can you see it better? Yeah, you can see it a little bit better here. It's like it's been kissed by the sunlight. And I guess that's meant to be... From this drawing, it looks like it's just meant to be there for some bizarre reason. I don't know. A Hot Rod, very interesting face, very kissable, I suppose, potentially. Just slightly odd-looking, I suppose. Big D says, yeah, I like the evergreen designs. Oh, do you? I've never been a huge fan, but everything they've done with them, like you say... just being a bit cheapo. And I think Big D means he would like both Ravage and Laserbeak. Or be a contrarian and say Buzzsaw. You could just buy another one and just repaint it. You know, that's another way. Orange says Takara's name for Ravage is Jaguar. I don't think the intention was anything dog-like. And yet, I have heard ample fans call Ravage a dog. You know? There are mistakes made. Delicious in Dungeon. It's a good show. It's not crazy good anime. It's not like one of those animes where I think it's like amazing. I think it's one of Trigger's more successful animes because the story's keeping reasonably on track and it's not shitting its pants, which I feel like a lot of Trigger animes usually do, unfortunately. Great idea to concept, and then by the end they shit the pants. Just kind of a... But my Orange says Murderby. Yeah, he does look a little bit sinister. Big ears on him. XL Head says Starscream looks like his pretender. I think his face was still black though, wasn't it? I know for his Action Master, his face was black. He had yellow eyes, and then the helmet, the helmet of the penis, was grey. That's right. Yeah, the face was black, eyes were yellow, and then the helmet was black, grey, black. I think I said that wrong multiple times, but I know what I meant. You might be right, but it does say it's meant to be based off the toy designs, so maybe they needed to specify which toy designs. Prime looks like he just walked in on Bumblebee and Hot Rod related shenanigans. Doesn't have the time. He does have a slightly glum, angry face, but I think that's due to how like sunken down his eyes are, just because they're trying to give the overlap of the helmet. Hazard King, back to the. Oh, do you mean harking back to the old G1 comics? Maybe that's it. I wouldn't know. G1 comics not my deal. He had gold in artwork for the first year until they settled on the gunmetal. Oh, really? Okay, so do you think that's what they're going for with the Megatron? Assuming that's what you mean. Instead, well, if that's the case, then why does it just look like he's been yellowing in the sun? That's a bit of a bummer. XL Hedge says, did Marvel UK Megatron clone have a gold chest and arms? Well, apparently, according to Big D. Orange says, it was grey, I'm pretty sure. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. But I guess if you want things for your bags and things to clip onto your bag... These aren't huge, clearly, by the look of them. I guess they're a bit cute. Apart from Swerve, which is just anus. Yeah, they're fine. They're kind of cheap, tatty crap. It does look a bit weird, like Soundwave's head. It looks like he's got like a bob. Is that what you call that hairstyle? A bob, where it kind of goes, the hair goes down to his shoulders. Like if you painted these like blonde, it would look right, just from the way that the hair would flow. It's a thing you could get. I wouldn't, but yeah, you know. Maybe the other ones are better. Can we look at the other ones? Maybe it'll show us the past ones. Okay. They did cover these in the past. So this is the Rise of the Beast, the Fallen, which is kind of funny. This is the Blind Bag. I think I do remember this because I kind of remember the monkey. For the Rise of the Beast, they had done for the Blind Bags RC, Prime, Bimblebee, Barrage, Wheeljack, Ares, Cheetor, and Primal. They look as you would expect. Oh, and the Fallen was a hidden figure, clearly, because it's a secret. And then there was another secret, which I don't know what that was. Okay, so that's that. I guess these are the Evergreen designs. For the Evergreen designs, they had Soundwave. These are not the Evergreen designs, are they? They've been super rounded out. They had Soundwave, Grimlock, Shockwave, Wheeljack, Starscream, Windblade, who doesn't have a mouth for some reason, Bimblebee, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. And the chase figures were a Grimlock in robot mode and Barricade, apparently. But I don't recognize this I guess they're kind of going for the last movie-ish design for him, I suppose. I don't know. I think... That's not what I want. That's what I want. I think these are a step up to these, right? Click on that. Yeah, I think looking at the new ones, they're a bit of a step up from the Evergreen ones. Not a massive step up, but a step up. I don't like how they've rounded off everything and they make them look like crappy kind of Funko Pops for the original versions. At least here they do look a bit more angular and, you know, like they should, with some inconsistencies, like mentioned. But yeah, generally, I think that's an improvement. Big D says consistency was not great in those days. No, you could argue it's better now, just a little bit. I mean, you look at the cartoon and the amount of animation mistakes that show had, you know, bless it. Next up, I should have scrolled up to the top. We have more costumes. Yay! We talked about costumes 2 weeks ago, and apparently more costumes have been revealed for the children, not for the adults. So there's a new Elita 1 Deluxe costume. There is a Bumblebee 1 Classic Muscle Suit, an Optimus Prime Toddler Muscle Suit, a Megatron Toddler Muscle Suit, and a Light-Up Matrix accessory. I feel like we've talked about the Megatron and the Optimus Prime and the Matrix. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, no, they're a little different. So let's have a look at the Bumblebee. It has the Bumblebee rounded shoulders. Otherwise, it is the generic muscle suit that we've seen before. And it has the creepiest eyes. Oh, actually, the way that they've done the Bumblebee mask is kind of interesting. Because can you see there's the eye slot for the humans above the Bumblebee's eyes. So it almost gives the impression of... Have you seen the shot from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie where it's either Leo or Donnie is like in the bathroom and they've got the mouth open and they're like yelling for like, yeah, and then you can see right inside the puppet, the costume's mouth, and see the human face inside screaming? It's got that kind of vibe going on. At least that's the feeling I've got, just with eyes behind the eyes. It's a little bit of a nightmare. He's got Arthur Fist going on as well from the meme. Then the Elita 1 version. Oh, good. She's got matching Converse. Is that what these shoes are called? Converse to match up with the Elita 1 look. So it's good that the girls get their costumes, I suppose. Elita 1 also has the creepy eyes behind the eyes look. And a slightly kissable lipped face. It's like the mask is puckering. It looks slightly odd. Is Bumblebee's mask puckering for a kiss? No, Bumblebee's mouth isn't puckering for a kiss, right? Look at this expression. Not real big lips for kissing. Elita 1's. A little bit, right? Elita 1 certainly has a pout. Yeah, right? It looks weird. It's definitely more human lipped looking than Bumblebee's, which is just like, I don't know. Yeah, if you colored it in black, if you filled in the mouth gap, if you filled in the mouth gap with like black paint or something, it would look like he's talking, I suppose. It's interesting. It's interesting. Then we have the muscle suit. Oh, he's the light up matrix. Do you remember many years ago when I can't remember who did it? There was a statue company that made a matrix of leadership. I had a stand, and in the back of the stand was the key to Vector Sigma. I remember Dave had it, and it was quite nice. It was quite big. This is a much, much cheaper version of that, obviously. It doesn't open up. I'm guessing it has lights. It does. It has a little light in the back. I think it's a bummer that the finger holes, obviously, are not cut in. So you cannot put your fingers in the holes, which is the whole thing. I'm also wondering, does this mean that have we seen the Matrix, the Matrix of Leadership in the Transformer 1 trailers? I don't know. I can't remember offhand. And if we did it look like the original G1 Matrix like this? Or did it look different? Because I don't know. If so, maybe it means that the Matrix of Leadership will look like this in Transformers 1? If we didn't know that already? Do we know? No, we know, because we got to see it on the Prime figure, didn't we? The Optimus Prime toys. I just can't remember what it looks like. Does it look like this? I don't know. Either way, something you can say. Excel Hedge says, at least they didn't give a leader a skirt. That could be quite funny. Mr. White says, I remember the company behind Transformers Earth Wars had the Matrix. They had no idea they had no idea what it was, and it was gathering dust in their studio till I told them, wow, really? That's interesting. You should have said, "Oh, let me get that. Let me get rid of that for you guys. I'll take it to the tip, take it home myself." You know. XL Hedge says, "I don't recall seeing the Matrix outside of the toys." Okay, so maybe if they do show the Matrix, maybe the design will look different from the toy, and you say, "Oh, that wouldn't be the case, Andy. We've seen it before with Rise of the Beast." So, who knows? Who knows? Either way, you can get a Matrix for a reasonable price now. They show a child holding it. It is definitely child hands friendly rather than adult hand friendly. I imagine it would look rather small in oh Jesus Christ, in human hands. Then we have the toddler muscle suit with the fake look for the mask. Let's say the mask hat helmet thing for the Prime and for the Megatron, because we saw the Megatron earlier as well. Looks like a bad DC hero outfit. You know how Robin and a lot of DC heroes like Red Arrow and all those guys have the, what they call it, the stiletto mask, where it's just the black thing that goes around your eyes. That's the effect that the kid has. So it has that plus a little hat on, a little fluffy winter hat that is in the shape of Optimus Prime's head. The child, I don't mean to be mean to the child. Also, because of his smile and the way that the mask sits on his face, he looks like if you gave him a knife in one of his clenched fist hands, he would look rather threatening, I would say. He looks better when the mask is off. Looks like a normal child. Put the mask on. Look at him. Look at that face. That's a face that would kill you. Normal child. Face of a murderer. Normal child. Face of a murderer. I don't think that's crazy to say. Close-ups. Same for this one. This kid's got a creepy face as well with the mask on. What the fuck? With the specifically, this is with the Megatron one. And because this actually looks a little bit like is it 90s? Do you remember X-Men? The 90s X-Men. Do you remember Avalanche? He was part of like Pyros and the Blobs and Mystique's like group of like smelly people. This is kind of what Avalanche's hat looks like, a little helmet to me. See, again, normal child, murderer. Has killed, will kill again. Yeah, these are things. I guess it's nice that the standard version of the set, the suits have a crappy mask on. So if you want to cheap out that way, but I'd recommend don't have these. Get them a proper mask. If you're going to make them have a creepy mask, I'd rather it be A creepy Elita 1 with pouty lips. I wonder if the girl suit has a weird Elita 1 stiletto mask hat, like the Optimus Prime and the Megatron do. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Mr. White says, getting CW vibes. Yes. This is what your Transformers live action movie would be if done by the CW TV budget. I can see it. Bruce Wayne Nightwing? Maybe. Who decides these weird poses for kids? God, that's creepy. The poses for the kids, I don't know. Obviously, the one holding up the Matrix, that one makes sense. You know, sure, whatever. And then it's just like they're all in a very similar pose. Like stick left leg forward and bend your knee slightly. Straighten out your right leg, and then just do something with your hands. You know, clench your fists, like you're gonna, I don't know, punch a goldfish or something. Action poses. You're probably not going to get like, they're not going to do like the Spider-Man pose or something like that because they're also kids and they're like, take a picture, fuck off, go away, you know, to keep your crappy costumes. Why are they leaning so hard? Because that's probably the amount of movement that you get out of these costumes. There's probably not a huge amount of like flexibility, but that is an assumption. Maybe they're very, very movable. Mr. White says, when these companies organize shoots, they try and fit it in as many as they can in one day, literally minutes to cover the suits. So that's a fair point. It was probably, like, who's the company? Disguise website. The images comes from manufacturer Disguise website. Okay, so the site's called Disguise website. So probably Disguise website didn't just do these Transformer ones. They probably did like 60 other ones as well, like... What else did Disguise website do? Apart from Transformers. There's the Transformer ones. They do a lot. 101 Dalmatians. What year is this? Afro Unicorn. I thought that was going to say Afro Samurai. It was not. It was Afro Unicorn. Aladdin live action. Alice in Wonderland. Is this cartoon or creepy version? No, it's cartoon. That's fine. That's okay. It's cartoon version. Apex Legends. Yeah, no, kids would like that. Avatar, The Way of Water. Ugh. Bat Wheels. What's Bat Wheels? Oh. It's cars, but what if they were Batmans? And then Batman suits as well. Okay. Bizarre. Beauty and the Beast. Bendy. Bendy the green... Oh, from Bendy's weird video game. Okay, I know that one. Big Hero 6, Blippy? I don't know what the fuck that is. Bluey, that'd be popular. Hey, kids are fucking crazy for Bluey. It's like cocaine for them. Brave? What's Brave? Oh, Brave, the Disney movie, not Japanese stuff. Bridgerton? Oh, that's the adult costumes. That makes more sense. I was like, what kid wants a Bridgerton outfit? Captain Underpants, Cars, Cinderella, Cobra Kai, Chameleon? I don't know. Descendants 3, Descendants: The Rise of Red, Disney 100, Disney Baby, Disney Pride Collection. Interesting. Disney Princess, Disney Tinkerbell. I guess Tinkerbell's now Princess. Disney Villains, Doc McStuffins. What's the Doc McStuffins? I feel I'm learning so much today. I don't know. Oh, it's a crappy CG show about a vet or something. Fair enough. Curious George, I didn't mention before. Firebird, Harry Pooper, Halo, Ghostbusters. Why is Ghostbusters not all in one blob? Jurassic World, loads. It seems like, yeah, they do loads. They might have done all of these in one day. Who knows? What's a weird one? Universal Monsters, that makes sense. I thought that said Vampirella. I was going to get really concerned. Zombies. Zombies 2. Zombies 3. What's Zombies? Or Z dash... Oh, no. I remember hearing about this. It's a live-action Disney show. Notice how they don't look like zombies? They're not dead. Their flesh isn't falling off. They've just got really pale skin and then like makeup around the eyes and then green hair. Why would a zombie have green hair? Do I have green hair? No, I've got brown hair. I had to check. Didn't want to look like an idiot. Let's see what people are saying. Just don't look at the Ghostbuster sets. Why? I'm not gonna, but why? Big D says, don't knock it. My niece and nephew stuck a Bluey marathon on whilst I was looking after them on Sunday, and it was, oh no, you've got hooked on cocaine as well. I'm so sorry, Big D. I didn't realize you had like a drug problem. There's stuff in there no kid will ever get. The only thing I've really seen of Bluey is the spiky, not spiky bits. Who are they called? Whatever the YouTube animators are, where they cross it over with their Black Templars, the ones that go and destroy the furries, those ones. That's the only thing I've really seen of Bluey. Bluey shouldn't have met the Black Templar. Didn't end one well for Bluey. Don't look up Blippi's history before he started his YouTube/children's entertainment career. Okay. I'm slightly concerned what that means, but I don't plan to find out. I don't want to know. Sometimes not knowing is half the battle. The other half is excessive drinking to forget. Next up, we have DNA Designs. They're doing more sets. They've got the DK-46DX Studio Series Leader Revenge of the Fallen Scourge Upgrade Kit. I said Revenge of the Fallen. I'm an idiot. I read that out and was like, that doesn't sound right. It's not Revenge of the Fallen, it's Rise of the Beasts. I thought we had an upgrade kit already from DNA Designs. Oh, hang on. Maybe I should read the story. Let's read the story. This kit is a re-release of of most of the previous upgrade parts released in the DK46 and DK49 kits, with a new shiny finish. Okay, well, there you go. I thought this had already happened. This pack includes a new head, mask, shoulders, blade, chest and leg parts, and 2 articulated arms with articulated hands. So you can flip the bird, I'm sure. Excuse me. The only missing part from the original is the movie articulated claw. Oh, interesting. This new upgrade kit is planned for release in October 2024. Okay, so it's pretty soon. Is the articulated claw a big deal? I suppose it might be if you like the movement of the claw. Otherwise, you get all the new bits. It's quite an extensive kit if you look at it. Like, you pretty much get full new arms and some extra bits and other stuff and a new head. I mean, they show the original version. They show the upgraded version. Obviously, without the weird finger. Ooh, the claw, says the little green aliens from Toy Story. Excluding that, I think the upgrade is quite significant. Like, the legs completely change how they look. Shoulders are completely different as well. The head's different. Like, this one looks like it's got chainmail around the neck. It looks like he has a Brock Lesnar neck, which means a wide neck, compared to the upgraded version, which looks like a normal one with a bright silver face. So yeah, I mean, if you like The Fallen, this upgrade kit seems like it's actually pretty good. Is it worth the price? Well, my answer to that question is it ever worth the price for the DNA kit designs? And that's the question you've got to ask yourself, Galvatron. Oh, look at that. Look at that gif. Look at that dude eating that burger. That's a great gif. I could watch that for minutes. Look at him go, eating those burgers. He'll kill himself if he keeps eating that much. But yeah, DNA Designs are overly expensive, but if you look at this and you're like, I would like my Scourge to be arguably significantly better, yeah, this seems like a good way to get it, since I guess it previously sold out. XL Hedge says, yes, Revenge of the Beasts. Shut up. It's been hard past couple of days. Leave me alone. We've also got the DNA Designs DK51 Legacy Nova Prime upgrade kit. So, this is for it says Legacy Nova Prime. Woo! This is scheduled for November, my birthday month. Pre-orders are going to be up in September, the 3rd of September specifically. And this is going to upgrade Nova Prime. What's it going to give? Upgraded wings, larger and more beautiful wings with flexible articulation, giving a figure a more imposing presence. 2, articulated fingers, so he can flip the bird. The previous static fists are upgraded to... I've never cared about articulated fingers, but provides a firmer grip on a weapon. How can it provide a firmer grip than a peg and socket? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You know, hole in the hand, you peg it in. That's pretty secure, unless the peg is way too small for the hole. So I'm not sure I believe you, but whatever. New skirt armor, blend of aesthetics and articulation, enhances the overall appearance. Knee armor. Added knee armor protection for greater stability and durability. Height boosting feet. Height boosting feet. Improved leg proportions and more balanced stance, and enhanced vehicle mode. Transforms it into a more powerful armored vehicle with added cannon articulation for enhanced playability. First edition bonus includes weapon cover. Available for a limited time. Don't miss out. Hopefully it'll show what that actually means. But let's have a look at this. Oh, there it is. I don't know what this means. This must go on the... Oh, this will go... Because this is based off of... what do you call him? Galaxy Prime. He had the big, like, underslung guns and whatnot. So I guess these go somewhere on them. So yeah, you got a sword, groin pieces, quite a few other bits. It's a significant kit. It is certainly an upgrade. Let's see the side-by-side. That's a significant upgrade. I would agree that the proportions are helped out a lot more. I'm not sure about the way that the wings look, personally. I can't remember if they're entirely accurate. They probably are. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is what the bonus parts are for. You can see, like, the cannons here, and they've got a giant hole in them. So if you pre-order it now, or 3rd of September, whenever it goes up, you'll get covers to fill in those big guns. That's nice, I suppose. That's actually quite good, especially for this view. The feet upgrade, it does look like he's just standing on a pair of platform shoes or something, which, you know, that's a side problem. Guns to the side of the legs, it's okay. Articulated fingers, which I said I don't really give a shit about. It doesn't look too bad. Again, the articulated fingers again. The articulated fingers it means there is a pin going through the knuckle, and the fingers are shaped, and they have basically that 1 point of articulation, but for every finger, apart from the thumb. So it's not like you're going to get him to have a straight pointing finger, and he's not going to be able to flip the bird desperately well, but it's there. So, I don't know. Enhanced vehicle mode. So it's said. I don't know if this is enhanced. The vehicle mode does look different. I'll grant you, because of the extra pieces and whatnot have changed the general shape of the truck mode, so it doesn't look like the same truck. I'm not sure if it's better. It looks a bit different, but better is... I'm not sure if that's held here, personally. Chat, would you say this looks like a better vehicle mode? I don't think I would, but I don't think it's a worse vehicle mode either. It just feels like it's got a lot of stuff on it. You know when, like, I don't know if this is the same for Americans, but in the UK, sometimes you get boy racers who are probably, like, 16 or just got the driver's license, like, really early, and just got the first car, and they just add everything onto their car they possibly can. You know, the spoiler, the extra flares on the side of the wheels, and you bonnet, all that kind of stuff. It kind of feels like that. It just feels like they've added too much to the vehicle mode. I think it might be the wings. I think if you remove the wings and the feet platforms on the side, it might make it look a bit smoother, because I don't mind the bit at the front here, because it does change the shape of the cab, and I think that's good, just to change it. But I think there is just a bit much. Big D says more unique. Yes, I would agree. Mr. White says just messy for me. I would agree with that. Big D says, and yeah, I hear you about folks adding excuse me, daft kits to their cars. Yeah, that's how that feels here. XL Hedge says Nova Prime kit is ill-timed. Months well after Amazon is sold out, and he is more expensive to get. Yeah, well, this, yeah. Yeah. You know, it does kind of suck when that happens, doesn't it? Because a good example, I suppose, is one of the first upgrade kits, right? The upgrade kit for City Commander from Fans Project all those years back. No one wanted that fucking 2-pack of Skywarp and Ultra Magnus, and those sat on Woolworth's shelves for ages. And then as soon as they were gone, we heard about that project, and then the price on those rocketed up. Same for the Fans Project upgrade kit for, was it Revenge of the Fallen Bruticus? Do you remember the redo of the Energon Bruticus figure? Like, no one wanted that fucking toy. No one wanted it. And then Fans Project go, oh, hey, we're going to make a new blaster and a new swindle, and you're going to be able to upgrade that set. And then that figure vanished. It went from being no one wants it to everybody wanted it, and they needed it right now. So it's happened in the past. Nice to see that we are returning to tradition. Upgrade kit comes out on a figure that's already gone. Too bad, I suppose. Big D also says, yeah, they had their Bruticus and Superior. Superior was the other one, wasn't it? Superior wasn't as big because they didn't replace any of the guys. They just gave new pieces to help that set. It wasn't nearly as extensive as the Bruticus upgrade, but I know what you mean. Mr. White says, I still have the original Bruticus Maximus. Oh, is that what he was called? Box set in box. It was hilariously rare at one point. It's probably not now, right? It's probably not now. I can't remember. Did that set have translucent plastic on it? Because I remember the Energon one did. For some reason, someone in Japan thought, you know what? You know what we should do? We should make the joints out of translucent plastic. And you go, okay, that's bold. And it's like, yeah, it's going to be specifically the bit that clicks into a joint, and it's going to use a hexagonal port or something like that. Hexagonal pentagram of some shape. Octagonian, one of those ones. And as you turn it, it's going to click. And obviously over time, especially with translucent plastic, I wonder how many of those have broken. Just, you know, it was slightly too tight and the plastics just gives way and it just explodes. I wonder, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they're all okay. Maybe they're good. I don't believe it, though. So this upgrade kit is going to be expensive. Do we know how much it's going to be? Let's check Show Z. It is on Show Z. It's going to be $1. It's going to be the price of $1. You say, oh, Andy, you silly sausage, that's not true. It's like, well, at the moment it's $1 because it's the pre-order deposit. So the price hasn't been put down for this. But you can guarantee it is going to be more than $1. Okay? Everybody happy with that? More than $1? Okay, that seems fair. I think it's an okay upgrade kit. I think it's, like XL Hedge says, came out at a weird time, but you know, fair enough. I think they'll make the sales because I think people wanted more from a Nova Prime than just a half-assed slight retool, which is what we got. A fairly half-assed retool. They didn't do a huge amount to it. So next up we got Newage. Newage have shown off 2, 3, 5, I don't know, blasters. We got the Newage 62 Louis, which is Legend Scale Blaster. There's also the B, the S, and the EX. So B is Blowout, which is the Shattered Glass redeco. It has a retooled head, which I assume they've reused a few times, but we'll see. Includes Shattered Glass version of Ram Horn, Eject and Rewind, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, a gun for Blaster, and 4 miniguns for the robot. There's also the S, which is Frequency. G1 Japanese Headmaster Twin Cast Deco, so just say Twin Cast, includes Eject, Steeljaw, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, 2 speakers, which are the lame accessories, a gun for blaster, and 2 guns for eject. Sorry, Steeljaw, no gun for you. No gun for you. And the Louis is the G1 toy deco with a retooled head, which I assume is probably the one for blowout, but we'll see. Includes eject and rewind, 2 pairs of interchangeable hands, a gun for blaster, and 4 guns for the Robo Cassettos. Let's see, that does look like the toy head for the shattered glass version. To me. Do you like him? Is he cool? I do like his boombox mode. That is pretty schwanky. That is a good color scheme for the boombox. His cassettes, blue ram horn, and then one red cassette and then one translucent piss colored cassette. Almost good, right? Almost good. If the piss colored translucent one was a hard color piss color, I'd be okay with that. Translucent piss color, not a fan. Not a fan. Otherwise, doesn't look too bad. A finger pointy hand. Yeah, I don't know about the toy face. Would have maybe preferred his other one, to be honest, is his normal robot man head. Blaster with toy face. With toy face. Eject and rewind. The eject and rewind don't look like too bad of a mold either, considering that these are legend scales. So legend scale, I'm trying to, because I do have Prime and Galvatron on my desk from these guys, so it goes up to Blaster's knee. They're probably similar size to him. So that's, well, like an inch, 2 inches tall? Yeah, about maybe 2 inches tall, something like that. I don't know. They're pretty small. Kind of nice to look at the very least. And they do transform. How the cassette modes look again? The cassette modes, not very good. The cassette modes for them are pretty shitty. But they've clearly sacrificed them for, like, decent, articulated robot modes. Toy Blaster, not too much of a fan. But the mold, again, looks pretty decent. And then good old Billy with the toy, with the cartoon face. Who does... Oh, he comes with Eject and Steeljaw, that's right. Okay. Would I have preferred... I would have preferred him to come with Rosanna, to be honest, but I'm guessing normal Blaster comes with Ram Horn and the black one, which is either Eject or Rewind. Interchangeable to me, I don't care. I like his slightly happy face as Twin Cast, or Billy, which he was also called. Everybody's favorite boy, Billy. Good color scheme as ever. These look good, super articulated. He does everything that you'd want with Blaster. He does come with the stupid speakers for his hands, which I don't give a rat's ass about. I think look like lame accessories. But yeah, Blasters, they look decent. We've had a standard version. We've had 1, 2, 3 here. And the next one... Oh, they didn't show Louis. This one's Louis. This is the... H62C Louis and the H62T Louis. So we have the G1 Marvel Comic Deco with a retooled head. Oh, it is actually completely retooled. Includes Eject and Steeljaw. 2 pairs of hands, blah, 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 blah. And the T Louis is the translucent version. So we're up to like 5 versions. This does have a completely new head, though. Doesn't have the cartoon head. Doesn't have the toy head. It does have... what I would imagine is an accurate cartoon head. The colors on it, I think are pretty accurate. Very red, like forearm red, shoulder red, chest and groin red, head red apart from face, which is yellow. And then the silver for his legs is a very, 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 like a little kiss on the side of the mouth. Blue hint to it, and then more like heavier blue, which is all right. What about the cassettes? The cassettes look just the same. Steeljaw's got like blue legs instead of silver legs, and Eject is just kind of, it's all right, I suppose. Doesn't look too bad, but hey, if you're like Louis, what if he was translucent? Oh, this is just standard. This one has the cartoon head, so do you want Blaster but translucent? I mean, clearly someone does as they keep doing these. I think you're a bad person, I'm afraid to say. But they made another figure for you. This makes 5. I think we're not going to see any more blasters now. I think this is the usual. We've got 5 versions of a mold out. We're done now, unless there are 6 colors. Usually they're thankfully not. But that's it. That's your stint of blasters. If you don't like any of them, tough tits. You've had 5 versions of this mold. If we go any further, we're going to be the Classics Seeker mold. Or Megatron from Earthrise. Sorry, Siege. Mr. White says, I like the 50s version, more jukebox style that has 50s sci-fi nods. I could see that. Big D says, it's nailing the G1 comic head for sure. Okay, well, I can't imagine there's a huge amount of, like, comic representation. Like, specifically, like, it's going to look like the comic. Hasbro did a very light attempt with their Grimlock and their Shockwave. But that's really been about it. I mean, Zarin and Flame, but again, it's not a huge amount. And third parties definitely really haven't touched it to a huge degree. So here you go. Here's something else you can do if you really want. Big D says, props to Newage, though, always gets at least one repaint that someone should want. That's true. And a translucent one, which literally one person will want. Probably the person running the company. Who else would want it? There you go. But yeah, it's Newage, despite having way too many repaints for every figure they do, you can't say it doesn't try to cater to at least one person. At least one person. It's like, you want your thing? There you go. Now, Fans Hobby, they've been doing the Master Force line for a while. They've done the Autobot Headmaster Juniors. They've done Darkwing and Dreadwind Wing, the Hydra and Buster. They've done them. They've done Power Master Optimus Prime. They've done God Bomber, I think. They've done Overlord. Now we're moving into the Pretenders, apparently. Not the shelled versions. We're doing the weird inner robot modes. So we have our first look at the prototype for Metal Hawk. Excuse me. And it's pretty accurate to how he should look. Now, that comes with some concessions. Because the model for the show, the animation model, made him look very similar to how his toy transformed. And that obviously leads to some issues with what they do. So, robot mode. This is very early prototypes, as you can tell. Looks pretty accurate. Looks pretty good. Articulation's there. The general shape and silhouette is there. He seems like he has a very big gun, which I wonder how much of that will be needed to parts form into his plane mode. How much will need to be for the plane mode? Yeah, it's a fairly clean robot mode. It does have the wings hanging off the back, but that's what the model looked like anyway. So I think this is a pretty decent representation of Metal Hawk. I would argue better than Hasbro's version, but Hasbro aren't really going for Metal Hawks. They're going for what can we get out of the Cyclonus mold. We can get Metal Hawk if we tweak a little bit. He's got a sword, and then you go onto his jet mode, and you go, his arms are just on his back, and you go, that's not great. But then you got to take into consideration that's just how his animation model looked as well. What do you want? It has to look like this because it looked like this in the show. And they're trying to replicate the show. I don't blame them because we don't have an accurate Metal Hawk, so this will fulfill that role. Obviously, very, very, very early prototype stages. He is almost see-through with how opaque. No, it's not translucent, but it's like holding up baking tray paper. Baking tray paper. It's like that. That's how translucent it is. Like grease paper. That works too. Yeah, I think this looks good even at this early stage. I'm guessing he's not going to be huge because how big were the Pretenders in robot mode in comparison to the Headmaster Juniors? I think they were comparable, right? I don't think they were that much smaller than the Headmaster Juniors. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it's going to be as big as Hydra or Buster. Just kind of looking at the shots and looking at like where the joints are, how big the cuts are, specifically on this side view. like how big this cut is here and all that jazz, and this, it looks like this will be, I don't know, like what scale would we say? Maybe deluxe Voyager-ish scale, I think. It also means they've got to, I guess, try to do the lander. Fuck, what's his name? Scuba? Oh, the shrug. I can't remember. I remember Metal Hawk, Clouder. I think Clouder was one of them. You know, they got to try and do the human version. Granted, these are the worst ones to do because they are boring compared to the Decepticon ones. However, they're going to make the bad choice for the Decepticon ones as well, because they're going to do the Decepticon Pretenders, maybe at some point in the future, in the robot forms. And the Decepticon Pretenders look way better with their shells. They just do. They're way better, at least in my opinion. The Autobot ones, who cares? Their shells were crap. They were just man in suit. Oddly enough, they were very Inhumanoids humans, you know, with their underground digging equipment suits. It's kind of interesting. We got a message from Big D saying some nice anime style proportions. Yeah, definitely. Nexel Hedge says, why can't we ever get toy based on the shell outside of Skull Samurai and Octopus Diver? You got Bomb Burst for the Legacy Legend line, which I don't hear great things about, granted, but you got that. You got his bat mode. We don't have like Submarauder though. I agree, and we don't have Dalrus. They try and do it with Dalrus as well. Skullgrin. The problem is, again, Skullgrin's figure was fucking shit. That's the problem with the Skullgrin toy. It was just an abomination, which no one liked. Well, very few people liked. So there have been ones outside of those ones. It's just we far more frequently get Skull Samurai. You know, and again, you choose those because like. Do you really want Bludgeon as just like a little green tank? No, not really. Big D also says, and the jet looks decent, has its jumps. Yeah, I think it's doing exactly what it should be doing if it wants to go for an accurate look, which is what it's clearly trying to do. So it's like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Whatever. Rock and roll. Next up, we have Iron Factory doing the IFEX-43R Scarlet Primal Commander. He comes around once every month. I'm stupid. So this is a recolor of the, not perfect effect, of the Iron Factory, what's it called? Optimal Optimus. It's just the Beast Machine's recolor, where he's red. What was this? Apex Primal? He had a silly name. Let's have a quick check. Does it say he's got anything new? Oh, he's got a new head, a new chest piece for Primal Prime colors. Oh, Primal Prime. Thanks, Big D. Yeah, Primal Prime. Yeah. Primal Prime colors. So the chest is new. Yeah, that looks a little bit different. Actually reminds me of something. What's that remind me of? Oh, fuck. This shape on his chest reminds me specifically of the Galaxy Megazord. You know, from Power Rangers in Space. I can't remember what the Sentai version's called, but because like let me find a picture of the Galaxy. It's the Shuttle Megazord, whatever that one's called. What the fuck's it called? Let me just type in Galaxy Megazord. Galaxy Megazord. Is it Galaxy Megazord? This one. What's that one called? Astro Megazord. Astro Megazord. Yeah. Okay, image. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can put it back on screen now. See, you see the chest design on the Astro Megazord here? It's granted not the best image ever, but you know what I mean. You can see it, can't you? Of course you can. Right? You see that? And then, see that? To me, that looks kind of similar, like it's maybe a nice nod. I don't know if it is. I might just be seeing things. Maybe I need to take more medication today to make the demons go away. Maybe I need to pray the demons out of my body. Who knows, right? Who can say? But I think this looks, again, decent. I can't really tell how different the new head is. Oddly enough, it looks like he has a giant head, giant hands. And then the proportions look odd. Like, how big are his hands? Good lord. His hands are bigger than his shoulders. Like, they look bigger than his shoulders, which makes sense. He turns into a giant metal gorilla, I suppose. He does still retain all of his modes and all the articulation that the previous one did. So, if you liked that, you'll like this, I suppose. I'm not sure this would be a huge, like, oh, yeah, I definitely want to get this version. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You know, the Primal Prime... It was always okay, but I don't know. It didn't have... I think because it was just standard Optimus Prime colors, it never really gave me that wow factor compared to Optimal Optimus, which was his own thing. This just felt like a kind of weird repaint, even at the time. Big D says, I mean, he did have humongous hands. That's true. In the show, he did have very big hands that looked really thin fingers as well. That looked weird when they animated them. But yeah, Iron Factory's doing that. We did see more images of Iron Factory's, what do you call it, Lio Zack as well. I'll bring them up from Show Z. I think this means he's pretty close to getting released, the Lio Zack. Jaruga came out. I got mine. I haven't actually played with him, but I've got him in his little box. So Jaruga has arrived. Where's Iron Factory? Iron Factory. He's not out yet, but the Iron Factory Lio Zack, which will have a silly name of some description, which I can't be bothered to find, did get more shots revealed. We did get to see some shots of the underside of his jet mode, which isn't here on any of these shots. Maybe it's on here? No. I was hoping. It doesn't actually look like Lio Zack is going to do a huge amount of transforming. It looks like his transformation's very simplistic, like his original toy. Like, I mean, you can kind of see it here where the arms don't really do anything. They just hang underneath, which is a bit of a shame. And I think the reason this is the case, and I think it'll carry over to Guy Hawk and Hellbat as well, I think all of these figures for Lio Kaiser are using a similar book, right? All of the way, like the shoulders and the base body is all the same for them. I think there'll be some small variations, but I'm pretty sure they're all the same. And then they have extra stuck on bits to make them turn into their various, robot person people. That is an assumption I am making. I admit that now. If that's wrong, that's my bad. I'll eat a hat that's made out of, food, not out of material. But I definitely think that there's that aspect to it. And I think that's how they saved money on doing this kind of project. They went, we'll make them all the same body and then just stick different bits on them and also have them parts form as well to make it a bit easier, which is why they don't transform and combine together in an individual way. They have the parts to allow them to do it and just kind of piece those together. That, like I say, that is a guess. That is a guess. Exile Head says, I still find it weird no one has done Optimus Megatron. That's true. I would have thought, especially with third-party companies, that would be like an optional head. I want to say that a third-party company has done that. I want to say Perfect Effect, their Optimal Optimus, had a Megatron face. But I'm not entirely sure. I want to say at least one company did that. I want to say one of them had to have done that, but I don't know. Not entirely sure. Big D says, those Iron Factory Beast Force guys look absurdly good. They're pretty fun. They're the best... well, listen, this is a condemnation. They're the best breast force out there. I think. Because I think the other, like the Masterpiece ones, are too big. They're a little bit overly complex. These are nice, they're small, they're cute. Oh yeah, I want to pinch their little tiny cheeks. And I think the stylized, granted, it is very parts-formery, but their Lio Kaiser looks really good. And we have seen a completed version in prototype form. I do think it is one of the better looking ones, and it's only because they were able to basically parts form it. By which I mean they do exactly what they need to. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. They also the fact that they also have animation boob and like animation gun, or you can just use the boob animal if you want, so you can have either or, best of both worlds. Or you can have the thing that I do, which is have animation boob, animation gun, and then also have animation, and then have the animal just kind of hang out around them. That's how I do it. That's how Andy does. But yeah, that's Iron Factory. That's what they've done. So we've got more images of the 40th selection, as it's called, 40th selection TF40A, because it's all one thing, Lio Convoy. Not a Lio Convoy, 40A, new word, Lio Convoy. So this is their update. We got to see the unfortunate side-by-sides between the Hasbro version, the Lio Prime version, and the new version. I remember the Big D says he's pre-ordered it. I get it. I would call you a sucker, Big D, but this is a significant upgrade. He looks a lot better. He looks a lot better than the Lio Prime version. As I used the thumbnail, I made the thumbnail for a specific reason because everybody made fun of the sad lion. This is way better. So, forearm fluff has been changed. All of the gold and yellow plastic, because on Lio Prime he had golden toenails, but then he had yellow plastic for like his tail, the eyes of the lion for whatever reason, and then the fluffy bits on the side of the arms. That's all been changed to a antique gold, maybe color scheme. So it's all consistent. His claws are all that color. Same for his weapon claws, which we'll see in a bit. We've got a new giant shoulder piece. The new pieces on the side of the forearms here as well. Also the claws are different as well. Like the big blades that you unfurl from the lion arms, lion legs, whatever. So they're much bigger. The ones on the Lio Prime version are reversed. So you can see they've been turned around, being flipped around 180. So they actually look like the way that they should. And, what one of them's, it's really cold, let's say, for one of them. And the other one's in the prime of their life and is a big, like, the ladies love him. The other one, they like him for his personality, let's say. Yeah, so this is an upgrade. So in case it's more accurate to how it should be. Oh, no. Size doesn't matter, guys. Size doesn't matter. Lio Prime tells himself that as he cries at night alone in his bed. And you can just see how different, like, the anime accurate lion head is compared to the Hasbro realistic lion, which I don't think anybody looked at the new Beast Wars toys and said these were made better by the fact that we made the animals look realistic. I think generally that has been something that's held back. A lot of at least the Kingdom ones, like Scorponok was fucking dreadful. I think if they didn't have to try and adhere to making it look like a real Scorpion, it maybe could have been better. That is a assumption, because that is I never got it. I was tempted at one point to spend money to get it, but then everybody just said Scorponok was diabolically shit, so I never did get it. This looks like Lio Convoy. The one thing they missed out here, they should have had the 40th selection, as they called it, or 40th anniversary, 40th selection version. They should have had it next to the OG toy. That's what they should have done, just so you could have seen the difference between the two of them and how similar they are, or how much of an update this is. So yeah, it's a thing. I guess you can pre-order it now. Does the video say anything particularly new? Let's have a quick squizzle. No, it looks like it just goes through the shot. I think they did a really nice job, like, replicating the anime face, though, right? It looks pretty accurate to how it did. I think the mouth opens as well. I'm pretty sure it does. There's probably an image of the little head opening. One thing you can't do, which I don't care about, is I think on the original toy, you could tilt the front of the head up of the lion mode, so the eyes would kind of almost roll back in the side of the head, so it wouldn't look like it was alive. I don't mind that happening here. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? You notice this? These guns have been painted. These were just the standard yellow color. So although these aren't, I don't think these are accurate to the show. The guns on the side of his furry bits for his forearms, I don't think they're accurate. Because they're painted, they look way more premium. Also, you can do the stupid typhoon thing. Cool. It's stupid. It was always a stupid thing, but you can do the typhoon thing. You can make it look like it's going to do it. I don't know if it can actually spin. Maybe it can. Maybe it can't. I don't know about that. Yeah, this oh, you can open it. Look how nice the mouth opened is. Wow. Yeah, the mouth looks way better. The Lio Prime, when it opened its mouth, was just kind of sad. It was just like, wow. Lio Prime looks like an old lion ready to be taken out to the pastures. The Lio Convoy looks like the king of the jungle. And the successor to Kimber the lion. So there you go. Axel Hedge says, okay, now where's our big convoy? It'll be a HasLab or it will be a commander for the future. So you're going to have to hold your sausage, I'm afraid. Big D says, God, the update Lionhead looks so much better. Yeah. I wonder if they'll do Lio Jr. Probably not. Again, I don't think Takara are allowed to make their own molds as they were in the past, or at least tweak molds as heavily as they did in the past. So we'd have to wait for Hasbro doing a Lio Jr., which I don't think they would, to be honest. But there you go. Yeah, big upgrade. I don't know how much this is. How much is this? Let's see if it's on the web. Let's be disappointed and see how much this is, because I still haven't got my I was gonna say Magma Kaiser. That's not his name. I still haven't got my Magmatron yet. Transformers. Let's see if he's on the site. February release, 5,980 yen. That's not too bad, to be honest. Try Ami, because it'll do the translation a little bit faster. Well, that depends if it works. Oh, £40, says Big D. Okay, so it's like £8 more than a brand new Voyager for the new parts and stuff, and it being exclusive. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. Not great prices, but it's all right. That's okay. Have any more news popping up just before we get on to the last story? No. Okay, so the last story of the week is that at TFCon Baltimore, which is November the 1st to the 3rd, we've got Frank Welker. Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, we as in the universal we. Frank Welker will be going to Baltimore Saturday and Sunday appearance. So if you're going to Baltimore, you're going to be able to see not just G1 Megatron, but the man Megatron himself. And the voice of many, many thousands and thousands of things. Things that you might not even be aware of. Which is kind of cool. Because wasn't he the voice for the Predator? Or the sound effects for the Predator? I think he was. Or some of them. I can't remember. He's done a lot of shit. Frank's done so much shit. So, Baltimore, go, have fun, be merry, enjoy time with friends, and all that jazz. That's it. That's all of our news. Patchy. Yay. Well done, everybody. It's dark now, and my room's scary. It's scary now. I'm tempted to have a Marks & Spencer's cookie to calm my nerves. Not because I'm hungry, no, sir, but because I'm fat. That's why I want it. So, things I got this week. I mentioned I got the Iron Factory Jaruga, whatever the fuck he's called, which is still available to get from Show Z, not sponsored. I don't think you can get the other ones now. So if you wanted the other two, you might be out of luck. They did get reissued, but if you've missed those two, I wouldn't say jump on now. You're gonna have a Lio Kaiser with no legs. So I got that. That was one thing I got. What else did I get? I got did I mention here on this show that I got a box that had Studio Series Bumblebee Carnage and Duck Bike? Studio Series Duck Bike Junkion Man? I think I mentioned it briefly. Yeah, I mentioned it when we were talking about Orange. Talking with Orange last week, I mentioned I got them. So we don't need to do that. I think you did mention it. Yes, I did. Remember talking about that with Orange. I also got, this week, I got Ronan the Accuser from Marvel Legends because he was only £25, which is still maybe a bit much for what he is because he comes with his hammer and that's it. Which is a bit of a shame. He's not worth the price that Hasbro were trying to sell him for originally. $25, which is about standard price. It's fine. It's not great. It's fine. It's limited, but I like Ronan the Accuser, so I didn't mind, shelling out for that. I got the... Hang on. Let me get the book so I can actually read what it says. I got the X-Men 92, The Art of Making the Animated Series. I showed it to Big D. I showed this book to Big D last week or the week before. It's a book that just goes through the artwork and behind the scenes stuff for the X-Men 92 series, not the fancy new one, the 97 one, which is okay. I've started reading a bit of it. It's really nice. It's got like concept art of how things were going to be. It's got a little bit of information about Pride of the X-Men. It's not a big focus on Pride of the X-Men. It does have the storyboards for what the original intro sequence was going to look like, and it was I like storyboards in general, but oddly enough, the original storyboards for the original intro, they did carry over some of the stuff to the proper intro, but they also cut away. They had some other stuff in there, like they were going to have clips of Sabretooth in there, Apocalypse was going to be in there, Mojo was going to be in there, there was going to have a Brood in there for a shot, the Dark Phoenix was going to be in the intro. Always the part that was always in was Rogue getting caught up by the Sentinel tentacles and her flipping it over and then throwing it down, which I think was interesting. Yeah, it's nice to go through it again. I mean, the storyboard artists are good. I remember doing storyboards at university for my shitty media project, for my multimedia and digital entertainment degree, which was a waste of fucking time. Could have learned all that at home. And I was shit at storyboarding because I can't draw. So I appreciate a good storyboard artist. But yeah, it's nice to see that. Whereabouts am I up to? I think I've just started like season 1 is where I'm up to. Yeah, I'm in the season 1, kind of the beginning part where they're talking about, I guess, doing the Sentinels stalk around us kind of thing. It's good. It's a weirdly shaped book because it's not like your graphic novel kind of shape. But it allows you to see like a lot of nice artwork, like saying the storyboards, and then like cell animations, which I'm sure some fucker actually owns these, because people own like the Transformers the movie cells and whatnot. So these are just pictures; they're not the real cells. Who's that guy? Number 8. Number 8 is rough, not final character models of miscellaneous enslaved mutants among the islands. Oh, so it's just a non-mutant. No, you should have a name. They didn't name everyone because there's Warpath. There's North Star and the other one that I think Big D mentioned at one point because I couldn't remember her name. Yeah, this is good. I like this book so far. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. It's interesting. I like that kind of behind the scenes stuff for shows. I tell you what I'd like them to do. They don't need to do one for. I tell you, here's what they should do. They should do a book for Spider-Man, for the Spider-Man 90 show, because that had a few seasons. That had like, 5 seasons or something. If you wanted to incorporate Spider-Man Unlimited into it as well, I think that would be cool. Though it was a very strange show. And it should have been Spider-Man 1999, which would have made it less weird, because it wouldn't have had the weird animal dudes in it. I would have been okay with that. Oh, I can actually find an image of it on YouTube. Not YouTube. Why are you stupid, Andy? Not YouTube. I meant Amazon. I can find it on Amazon. Then you'll know. If you're watching the video, you'll know what it looks like. X-Men. Whoops. X-Men. Animation. Art. It's hard to spell when it's in the dark. That's my excuse. Get off my ass, chat. Not that one. This one. So yeah, it's this one. This book right here. The Art of Making the Animated Series by Eric Lewald and Julia Lewald. And yeah, like I say, oh yeah, there it is. There's the shot from that I was talking about. So this page is showing the original intro sequence. Wolverine's hand rips away at a wanted poster, which might have been a reference to Days of Future Past, and it would go into Jubilee running towards the fence, which we did see in the original version of the thing. You know, I don't know. I like this stuff. And you got this stuff and that stuff and that stuff as well. The Shi'ar. That's the Shi'ar. No, was that Shi'ar ship? Doesn't matter. No, that was something else. Can't remember. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so do a Spider-Man one, and then I would say do a miscellaneous book. So you combine Fantastic Four, Iron Man, and The Incredible Hulk, because they each had 2 seasons, and then you could do the miscellaneous series where, like, Silver Surfer and... Were there any others? Oh, you could do shitty The Avengers show and kind of combine them together. I would buy them to go along with this. They're doing an X-Men 97 one as well, which is interesting because there's clearly not enough. There's a big difference in like 5 seasons for the 92 show and 1 season of 10 episodes for 97. But I'll probably get it. But it's still like 200 pages like this one. So I'm interested, and there'll probably be a season 2. I would imagine. But yeah, I hope more of these comes out. Silver Surfer was bonkers. Silver Surfer's not too bad of a show. I think the problem with the Silver Surfer cartoon was Silver Surfer's not a character you want as a lead role because he's a bit of a whiny cunt. Let's just say. He's a bit of a whiny cunt, and I don't think you want him as like your sole protagonist lead because he's too whiny. I don't mind him because I think like you don't want whiny as your main character for a kid's show, because I don't think kids are going to look up to someone who complains all the time and pontificates. I think that's fine for like teenagers who are like sad and pontificating themselves and they feel bad all the time and they're like, oh, I understand Noran Rad's suffering, etc., etc., etc. But for like the target audience of what the Marvel cartoons were doing, it wasn't the right choice. Also, Thanos loving a statue of it wasn't. It was meant to be. Oh, it was like Mistress Chaos, wasn't it? Because they couldn't have like Thanos loving death because that's too bleak. So it had to be like Mistress Chaos or something Chaos, which is funny because there is like a conceptual being of order and chaos. So having like a lady version of that is kind of silly to think about. At least I thought so. That wasn't negative. No. I knew what you mean, Big D. Earth's Mightiest Heroes would have been fascinating to see get this treatment. Yeah, I'd like to see an animation art book of Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Wolverine and the X-Men and Spectacular Spider-Man. The 3 best Marvel shows, 3 best Marvel cartoons. Earth's Mightiest Heroes is the best. It's better than X-Men 97 by leaps and bounds. Spectacular Spider-Man, again, better than X-Men 97 by leaps and bounds. Wolverine and the X-Men, I think it has a few more episodes than X-Men 97. I still think Wolverine and the X-Men is better than X-Men 97 because I really like the premise. And we were also going to get Age of Apocalypse, and it looked like it was going to be a season-long continuous Age of Apocalypse storyline, which would have been interesting to see. X-Men Evolution, I thought, like, I really hated X-Men Evolution when it originally came out. X-Men Evolution, I kind of found okay, but going from X-Men 92, which is, like, adults of the X-Men to, like, now they're teenagers in high school, it kind of felt like a regression to me, and I didn't like it. It was like, we've gone from men to boys, you know? It wasn't like adult Scott Summers. It was like baby Scott Summers and baby Jean Grey and baby Nightcrawler, but then fighting full man the Juggernaut. And it's like, I wouldn't want to do that. Can you imagine being 16 and being like, yeah, now you've got to fight the Juggernaut? I'd be like, fuck that. No way. You can suck my dick. I'm not doing that. Earth's Mightiest Heroes tackled so many of the iconic stories you'd never have expected. Yeah, that's why Earth's Mightiest Heroes was able to do a really good job, like mushing it all together and having it as a fairly consistent, like flow story as well, flow through story. And they also did Secret Invasion. It's the best version of Secret Invasion because Secret Invasion in the comics is crap. But the comic is way better than the absolute anus show that is the TV series, which is just a fucking embarrassment. Earth's Mightiest Heroes did it the best as it introduced it early and let it build up over time. And they did really interesting things like Doctor Doom knew about it and was like, this is stupid. You're all dumb. Everybody's stupid apart from me, Doom. It's the best Doctor Doom. Also, the best version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not a high bar. There are not many versions of Guardians of the Galaxy, but I would agree. I do like that episode. And it's the best version of Adam Warlock as well, because I think Adam Warlock was in that episode. The worst thing about Earth's Mightiest Heroes was the way that it ended, because they were like, oh, we've got to make it more like the movie. We've got to make a show that's more like the movies. Then they did Avengers, and that was absolute dross. Oddly enough, after Earth's Mightiest Heroes ended, all of Marvel's cartoons turned to dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. Unbelievable fucking dog shit. Like, insultingly bad dog shit. I hated those shows. You killed 3 great shows for shit. It'd be like closing down a 5-star restaurant that has like 3-star prices, so you could get amazing quality food at like a reasonable budget, and then someone knocks it down and replaces it with a really bad Starbucks or a really bad Burger King. Like, not like even a good Burger King, like a really shit one where there are rats in it, and you're like, wow, thanks, we had such a good thing and you got rid of it for crap. Thank you. Yeah, because Jeff Loeb was a git, pretty much. Well, I have a feeling it was also people above Jeff Loeb as well, in fairness. I have a feeling there was the mandate, we've got to make it more like the movie. Because people are stupid. That'll probably be the executive choice. People are dumb. They won't understand. So we got to make it look like the movies. It's funny, though. This is why the Disney World Marvel area is shit. Well, it's not that reason, but they can't do the comic versions of the characters because Universal holds that license because of Island of Adventure. So to me, the best Marvel theme park is Universal, and that's not owned by Disney. Because it's the comic stuff, so it looks really fun instead of the drab real-life versions. I don't know. Big D says, also Jeff Loeb, he got made head of Marvel Animation and is why the second season of Earth's Mightiest Heroes had less going on, had less ongoing arcs through the series and multi-wide episodes. It's probably a benefit because they would I would imagine Jeff Loeb came on and said, we need to end the show. This is a guess. I would imagine Jeff Loeb said we need to finish the show, and thus everything had to start wrapping up very quickly because there were so many threads. There's still some really good episodes in season 2, though. Some really good episodes. The most irritating thing about season 2 is they got the wrong voice actor for Spider-Man. They got the voice actor who was going to be Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't blame this voice actor. The voice actor might be a very nice man. He might be a lovely individual. He might even listen to the show, but I doubt it. But they should have chosen Spectacular Spider-Man voice actor Peter Parker. Also, he was a better Spider-Man. End of. Nothing else to say. Suck my dick. That's it. So, yes. Anyway, The Art of X-Men book. I'm going through it. Really love it a lot. Great little book. I also got the Uncanny X-Force. Uncanny X-Force Omnibus. Because I remember... it's by Rick Remender, who I like. I like Rick Remender from Fear Agent. I remember getting the first volume, and I might have had the second volume, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just get the Omnibus. Because Omnibus they look nicer, right? It's all collected in one big blob. You've got it all there. And it's a hardcover as well, and I had soft covers before, so I got that as well. Not for this price. I got a little bit cheaper than Amazon, because Amazon prices kind of fluctuate. There you go. I got it for this price. I got it for $69. There you go. And I also got the Marvel Legends Ghost Rider because it looked really cool. Marvel Legends Ghost Rider. The good thing being on Amazon is I can just pull up the images. It's I didn't get it from here. I got it from another site, so it was again cheaper. He comes with it's the Danny Catch figure. He comes with his bike and with flame effect parts. New body in scale. The head's a little bit different, but still pretty similar. It's really cool. I'm not a huge Ghost Rider fan, but me and Paul, Logan Bear the Sugar Bear, did a Patreon episode on a couple of recommended Ghost Rider comics. And they were pretty good. They were pretty okay. And Ghost Rider's... The only time Ghost Rider has been shit, funnily enough, is his appearances in the 90s cartoons when he appeared in The Hulk and the Fantastic Four. I remember as a kid thinking, this guy looks cool. And then he talked. And I was like, this guy sucks. Galactus, feel the pain of 1,000 souls burning within you, Galactus. Do you hear their screaming? I was like, oh my god, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. He looks so cool and he sounds so lame and he just makes people feel sad and guilty. That was what I got across from Ghost Rider in the 90s cartoons. He makes people feel sad. Oh no, I stepped on a boog. Feel the pain of 1 billion bugs that you've killed, Annie. No, no, not the boogs, not the boogs. I tell you one annoying thing, because I really like Blackheart. I like him from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Blackheart, really fucking cool character. The only way you can get Blackheart is he's a Build-A-Figure in a line that has a load of guys I don't care about. I don't care about. It's got Wolverine, the Spirit of Vengeance, who I don't care about. It's got Bloodstorm, which is what, Vampire Aurora from X-Men, which is like, I don't care. Brother Voodoo, I have no idea who Brother Voodoo is. My assumption, not knowing Brother Voodoo, is Brother Voodoo is King Willie's son from the second Predator movie. The Predator kills King Willie, and Brother Voodoo steps up to fill that role in the Jamaican cocaine gang wars. Is that right? I don't know. No one knows Brother Voodoo, so it is an assumption. Damien Hellstorm, who I've only heard of and read in what was it? It was a little boy Loki book where Loki had been turned into a kid and kind of reset and was a good guy. So I kind of know Hellstorm. Dracula, who actually looks kind of cool. I know Dracula because Dracula, not because of his Journey into Mystery. Thank you, Big D. Journey in the Mystery, really good. I would like to get that omnibus as well, but the omnibus is sold out. I know Dracula, but not from the comics. Lilith, who I only know because she's in what's it called? It's the Marvel Knights. Is that what it's called? Where the game's quite fun, but everyone fucking sucks in the writing. You've got Blade talking about his feelings and relationships with other characters, and you're sitting there going, what the fuck did they do to Blade? Midnight Suns, thank you, Big D. It's so lame. The gameplay looks actually pretty good, and then everything at the Sanctum looks fucking lame. But Lilith's in that. She's a big bad guy. And then Moon Knight, who I don't mind. Moon Knight's pretty cool. Moon Knight TV show was fucking shit. But comic Moon Knight was pretty okay. At least the one time I read him, which I think the one time I read him, I can't remember what the comic was, but I'm pretty sure he used one of his little moon boomerang things and cut somebody's face off, and he like peeled the actual face off. And the comic, I was like, oh, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm down for a bit of horrible murder. You know how it is. Bit of murder. I'm down with that. You know how it be. It's all right. Ghost Rider has some good books. Yeah, so I hear. I've got stuff on my wish list, my Amazon wish list. So if anyone wants to buy me stuff, you're more than welcome to. If you want to buy me stuff, I will send you my Amazon wish list, and you're more than welcome to buy me things. I will allow you to do such a thing. Big D says the current Moon Knight books have been aces. See, I don't really trust current. I don't really trust current comics, because current comics are dying aggressively. They're kind of rough. A lot of them. I'm sure there are good ones out there, but a lot of them are pretty poo-poo stinky. Big D also says, and yeah, he does stuff like that. Note, pulling the face off is not a guarantee kill. At least one of those characters has come back. I mean, who has ever really... To be fair, as grotesque as it sounds, there have been people who have had their faces like completely fucked up by chimps in real life, and they've survived, obviously with needing a lot of plastic surgery. So it is possible to survive having your face absolutely mangled. Though it's not preferable thing. Obviously, it's something you probably want to avoid. Just throwing it out there in case anybody offers. I don't want that for myself personally, but yeah. Stuff that I did this week as well. I went to see my buddy Gruff on Saturday. That was yesterday. Oh my god! And we went to Popeye's Chicken for some Popeye chicken. I like it. It's the first time I've had Popeye's chicken. People might say it's called Popeye's chicken. I say Popeye because it's fun, because it's got the word poop in it. So I had Popeye's chicken for the first time. Better than KFC. Fuck KFC chicken. I've never liked KFC chicken. Why? Because it tastes like I'm licking salt. It tastes like KFC chicken, at least in the UK. I can't speak for American KFC, and there usually is a difference. I can't speak for US, but for UK KFC that I've had, it feels like someone got a cube of salt, a cube of salt, and then dabbed, like, just massaged the chicken onto it, and then went, eat the cube. And I'm like, but I want the chicken, eat the cube of salt. Popeye's chicken, it's not like crazy chicken. It's like, this is perfectly okay chicken. I'm okay with this chicken. It's pretty okay. It was like 7 out of 10 if I'm going to rate my chickens. My fast food chicken meals, 7 out of 10 for Popeye chicken. And then after that, we went to see Aliens Romulus. And Aliens Romulus is a weird one. It's not like a great film. It does play the whole, hey, do you remember this? And at the start of the movie, it's fine. I'd say 2/3 of the movie are like a 7 out of 10. It's not great. There are still problems with the movie and its writing, but generally, I had an okay time. I wasn't scared of it. It all felt very much like Alien 1, Alien 2, Alien 3 mushed together. And that's fine. You know, it wasn't innovative. There was nothing really particularly new there, but that's fine. Right at the beginning of the movie, it does show you how a Weyland-Yutani mining colony works, very briefly for the first 10 minutes. That's the contribution of new stuff to the alien mythos. And that was quite good. Like I say, the alien stuff was just But the set design's really good. The directing's really good. The characters are kind of They're very like this generation young people. There's not much to them. They're not likable like the Nostromo crew, and they're not likable like the military colonial marines. They're not even campy silly like Alien Resurrection crew with horrible monstrosity visual man Ron Perlman, who could have been a xenomorph without the costume. But then you get into the third act, and then it just violently shits its pants. It violently shits its pants with some horrifically cringy callbacks. Like, there are some callbacks which they're not subtle, but the ones that I don't go, oh, it's the thing. It's the thing. But then it gets to the third act, and then it starts really hitting you in the face with its big floppy penis with the references. I'm not gonna say what the references are, because if you see Romulus, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, Andy means this one. There's one really fucking cringe one. It's really bad. The character says it, and it sounds like he doesn't really know what he's saying or why he's saying it. He's just been told to say it, and it almost feels like an outtake. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, okay. And then it gets worse from there somehow. You get to them escaping, and then it goes. I can't make too much of a reference to it. That's the part where it violently shits its pants. It so aggressively violently shits its pants. And you recognize the reference. And if the movie had ended when they left the station, spoilers, they leave the station. If they had ended the movie there, I would have gone 7 out of 10 movie. Okay. Then it does that final part. It goes on for longer than it should because my ass was hurting. My ass was screaming in those cinema seats. It hits that part, and I'm just thinking, man, you've just ruined it. You've dropped the movie by like 2 to 3 points to make it maybe more. Maybe it goes into bad at that. No, I don't want to discredit the other 2/3 of the movie because of how bad the ending is, because of how aggressively smelly the ending is. But it does really detract from it. It does really detract from the movie. Unfortunately, it's probably one of the better alien-related movies we've had in years. I'd say it's better in some ways. Let's say it like that. It's better in some ways than Aliens vs. Predator 1. If you want silly, stupid, like background Sunday night movie watching, Aliens vs. Predator 1 might be the movie for you. It's bad, but it's if you're not paying attention, you're doing other stuff in the background. It's like, this is perfectly fine. Whatever. It's stupid. Who cares? Alien is better than Aliens vs. Predator 2 because that is a horrifically grotesque and hateful movie, which just feels wrong. That movie was just, what are you doing? It's better than Prometheus, which was utter nonsense. Utter fucking nonsense. No one knew what the fuck was happening with Prometheus. And it's better than Covenant, which again is very much a what the fuck is happening? Why is this happening? What are you doing? Please stop. So it's better than them. I don't like Aliens 3. I'd say Aliens 3 is better than Romulus because of its ending. I'd put it in a similar boat to Aliens Resurrection. If you want a more serious time, Romulus would be the way I'd suggest. If you want more like weird feeling, French feeling film that's slightly kooky and weird, go for Resurrection. But I kind of would, juggle them around in a similar point. I feel that's kind of where they settle for me, at the very least. But there, yeah, that's it. That's what I was up to this week. Did I do or watch anything else? Yeah. If I did, I can't remember, which isn't a good sign. That's me getting old and losing my mind, as one does. I don't think I did anything else of real significance. I thought I watched another movie that I hadn't seen before, but maybe I didn't. Oh, I watched Deadpool Wolverine. I can't remember if I mentioned that last week. If I didn't, I'll just quickly go through it now. It's the worst of the three. The best Deadpool movies 1, then 2, then 3. Deadpool versus Wolverine is, again, serviceable. It's okay, but it's not great. It's definitely a movie that goes, hey, look at the references we're doing, and shakes you like a baby while doing it. And I think it's a movie that people like at the moment, and I think we'll look back in time and go, that's how I feel about that movie. But there we go. That'll do us for this week, folks. Thank you very much for coming on by. We'll be back next week on your usual Moonbase 2 outreach program where we hand out bags of candy and whatnot. Moonbase 2 podcast, YouTube, Facebook, Libsyn. We're on YouTube, obviously, if you're watching that way through. Moonbase 2 Transformers podcast on YouTube if you want to come on by and join in the chat, the live chat. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, UK time Sunday. You can join people like Big D over on the Twitch channel or the YouTube channel, like Axel Hedge, and talk away. And obviously, as you know, I read the things, and we have discussion as human beings, or as human to zombie as we can do. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube as Decayed Andy, the rotten flesh of a human being. And, I play video games and all that jazz. Thanks very much for coming on by, people. Have a very good day, good evening, and a good night. And until next week, yeah.